I request all the participants to practice upon that so that they can very well understand, because these things are coming under the basics of Python programming. Till now, we are not going into detail of any such kind of package, which is primarily used for any specific domain related task. So all the things that you are learning in the initial sessions, these are to be used throughout all the programming. So if in case you face any kind of difficulty, you can share it in the chat window. And in today's session, we are going to start with the lists, and in the afternoon half, we will cover tuples in the second session. So as far as lists are concerned, know from the participants that have you covered arrays in your earlier sessions? Kindly have you covered arrays? And you people can even store data of heterogeneous type or data of varying data types. So this is the main thing because of which lists are considered to be more versatile, more flexible approach, and more number of operations you can perform. Otherwise, you're free. You will have to just think upon what and what functions are available with arrays in a better way that find as a stat that yesterday we have covered, as I said, the string as a collection or group. So that also is the kind of sequence, and a few more kind of sequence we're going to cover in the upcoming sessions. So list defined as a sequence which is containing group of elements, and these group of elements can be of different data types, and sequences are used to store and process a group of elements. So if my objective is to process more than one number of elements, numeric type or it is of string type, it is not going to help me out. So I require some way to store more than one number of elements. These elements can be all of the same type Then list as well. Example, you want to store roll number.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible to you, ma'am? Hello. Am I audible to you? Hello. Am I able to all the participants? Please message in the chat. Okay. So, expert is not audible. Hello. Okay, so there is some connection problem. Art expert sent, so she will be joining very soon. So just wait for a few minutes.
Have we shared?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. So am I audible to all the participants?
Yes, ma'am. You're very audible. You can start now.
Okay. So sorry for the interruption in between due to power failure at our end. So I don't know whether some part of my talk was received by the participants or not. Otherwise, I will start from the beginning. Is it okay with all?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I think you can you start from the beginning only because voice was not clear from the beginning itself only.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. So as per today's session that is scheduled for list in Python, I simply started with introduction to list, which is a kind of sequence. So earlier also we people have done with strings, that is again a kind of sequence or group of characters. And list is mainly used in Python with respect to storage of data items, which can be of different types. So I told you the difference between arrays and list in Python. Arrays are usually required when we are having homogeneous type of data. That is, the data is of one type only. And list can substitute your purpose when you are having multiple type of data to be stored. So a sequence are normally required to process and to store group of elements that can be of one type or that can be of different types. So list serves our purpose for both the things. It can be used for storing one kind of data, for example, marks of a student. So usually marks are described in the form of numeric data. So marks of marks of, let's say, 10 students, all are numeric type. So that kind of data you can store. And if you want to store data like roll number and name of the student, both things together using a single data type, that also is feasible with the help of list. So I have given here examples of various kind of sequences in Python, like strings that we did yesterday, list that we are going to complete today, tuples and dictionaries. All these are considered as kind of sequence. So let me tell you another important characteristics about lists. Yesterday we have done strings, and I want from you people to respond what kind of data type strings are. Are they mutable or immutable? Kindly respond in the chat window. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your response. So as we have seen yesterday, the characteristic of strings, but on the contrary, lists are considered to be mutable, right? Lists are mutable data structures, and with mutable and immutable, we understood that in case of mutable data structure, once we have created the data, then you can modify it. And when it comes to modification, modification means some kind of data needs to be updated in your daily routine. So lists are used when we want to update the things after creation. It can be deletion also, and it can be a kind of addition also. So all the three operations you can perform. I'm repeating again, you can add the elements, you can delete the items, and you can also modify the existing values in the particular data structure. So list can be used for all these operations That's why list is a mutable data structure. So I believe when such kind of features are available, then we normally call them as more beneficial, more useful, versatile, or you can say flexible, because in every aspect you can manage your data. But in case if these kind of features are not available, you cannot modify anything, you cannot delete anything once you have created, then these data structures do not allow you to perform many operations, and they are quite restricted in their behavior and operational usage. So let us come to other aspects. Now, another kind of confusion which arises while doing programming in Python is, for the beginners, they need to understand what kind of recognition is used for list. If there is some data before you or there is some programming code before you, so can you recognize whether it is a list or some other data type? So for that purpose, you need to remember that lists are usually created by using the square brackets. So in my earlier session covered yesterday also, I have utilized in the functions session kind of list, right? So we have performed various functions on that, and we have utilized the list data type in that. So I hope you understood that for creating a list, square brackets are to be used. So further, I have explained you range method also, and I told you about slicing and indexing. So when it comes to any kind of data structure or data type which is having this kind of permission to slice it into subparts, then lists are also quite useful, because this also includes all these features. You can perform slicing and indexing on the elements of a particular list which are stored in it. So let us consider all these features in the programming part in our upcoming examples. So first of all, I will start with the very basic thing, that is how to create a particular list. So as I said, the list can be created in order to store data of multiple types. So before that, we will simply initiate with how to create a list with simple numeric data. So for this purpose, I have taken a variable marks equal to, within square brackets, I have mentioned all the elements. So just focus on this particular first statement over here. Marks equals to, within square brackets, I have mentioned the list of items. All are separated by comma, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80. Further, in yesterday's session also we have covered that list is a indexed based data type, right? When we say index based, means as in when I want to retrieve the elements or I want to access the elements, then a particular index value is required. Otherwise, it will not be understood by the compiler that in which data value you are interested in. तो सिंपली आप लोगों को क्या करना होगा, जो भी वैल्यू आप उसमें से रिट्रीव करना चाहते हो उसका इंडेक्स या तो आपको पता है या आप उसको फाइंड आउट कर लीजिए. बोथ थिंग्स आर फिजिबल. अगर आपके पास एक लिस्ट जो है क्रिएटेड, वो बहुत छोटी लिस्ट है, जो आपको सामने देख के ही पता लग रहा है कि उसमें 5 एलिमेंट है और कौन सा एलिमेंट कौन सी पोजीशन पर है, तो ये आपके लिए इजी रहेगा कि आप उसमें से उसके इंडेक्स को फाइंड आउट करके और कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग एलिमेंट को फेच कर लो, रिट्रीव कर लो. Otherwise, if it is a long list, suppose all the students in your class are referred by the list, and let's say it's a class of 100 or above 100, so it won't be easy for me to identify at which index value a particular name is stored. So in that case, there are methods in a list and we can make use of them in order to identify the index value of a particular item. so that we will say in the upcoming examples. तो सबसे पहले हमने इसमें क्या किया, एक सिंपल लिस्ट को क्रिएट कर लिया हमने यहाँ पे, और उसके बाद हमने प्रिंट स्टेटमेंट के थ्रू इस लिस्ट को डिस्प्ले किया है. Similar to the variables which are usually used for storing a numeric value or string value, आप लिस्ट को भी सिमिलरली एक्सेस करोगे उसके नाम से. तो हमने यहाँ पे मार्क्स एक नाम लिया है जिसमें हमने लिस्ट की वैल्यूज को असाइन किया है. तो आप सिंपली यहाँ पे नेम स्पेसिफाई कर दोगे तो यहाँ पे लिस्ट के सारे आइटम्स डिस्प्ले होंगे. So let us come to the output window which is just shown below this code window. यहाँ पर एक लिस्ट डिस्प्ले हो रही है, डिस्प्ले कंप्लीट लिस्ट, और इसमें आपको आइटम्स सारे यहाँ पे नजर आ रहे हैं. तो कल भी मैंने आपके साथ शेयर किया था कि इसमें एज एंड व्हेन यू पीपल are trying to display the output, it all depends whether you are doing it using the print command or you are simply mentioning the name of the list or variable. So sometimes you find a format differently. So don't get confused. It is all inbuilt, right? So we are not specifying कि उसमें स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट लग के लिस्ट डिस्प्ले हो या सिंपल अलग अलग से एलिमेंट्स आए आपके. तो इसमें नॉर्मली आपका जो आउटपुट फॉर्मेट होता है वो लिस्ट स्ट्रक्चर के अंदर होता है. तो आप विद द पैसेज ऑफ टाइम यू विल कीप ऑन अंडरस्टैंडिंग थ्रू योर ऑब्जर्वेशन दैट व्हाट काइंड ऑफ फॉर्मेट इट यूज फॉर डिस्प्लेइंग द आउटपुट. तो यहाँ पे हमने प्रिंट कमांड के थ्रू कंप्लीट लिस्ट को डिस्प्ले कर दिया. उसके बाद हम आगे इसमें मूव ऑन करते हैं एंड लेट अस सी. अगर हमें एक लिस्ट के अंदर जो एलिमेंट्स हैं उनको वन बाय वन एक्सेस करना है तो इट इज फिजिबल थ्रू द लूप्स. तो लूप का आप यहाँ पे सिंटेक्स, यहाँ ये 2 लाइंस जो यहाँ पे लिखी है इसमें हम लूप के सिंटेक्स को यूज कर रहे हैं. फॉर NUM इन मार्क्स, तो ये कोई भी आपका वेरिएबल हो सकता है. हमने यहाँ I ले सकते हैं, J, NUM कुछ भी आपका हो सकता है. So in loop variable, it's your choice. For NUM in marks. So yesterday I told you what is this in for? Can you respond? In का मतलब यहाँ पे क्या है? In आप किस लिए यूज कर रहे हैं for loop में? Very correct. So Sarthik has responded first, and then other responses are also coming on my screen. Kartike, Bhavya, Shivam, very good. So membership operator, it's a membership operator. तो जो आप इसमें NUM वेरिएबल यूज कर रहे हो, NUM में क्या आएगा आपका 1 by 1 यहाँ से लिस्ट के आइटम्स जो हैं वो फेच होकर आएंगे. So for NUM in marks, print num. So I'm just interested in displaying all the list items one by one, right? तो यहाँ पर जो आपकी लिस्ट डिस्प्ले हो रही है उसमें आप देख सकते हैं कि इसमें आइटम्स इसमें आपके डिस्प्ले हो रहे हैं. So I have made a minor change here. I hope you people have observed what we did. So we have simply added 5 into it. तो हमें फॉर लूप की जरूरत कब है? जब हम इंडिविजुअली लिस्ट मेंबर्स या लिस्ट आइटम्स को एक्सेस करना चाहते हैं, उस पर कोई ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करना है तो आप कर सकते हो. सो व्हाट आई डिड, आई सिंपली added 5 into every element in the list. So earlier it was 50, 60, 70. Now it is showing me 55, 65, 75 and so on. So in this manner you can easily do whatsoever kind of operation you want to perform. And next to this is how to display a particular index value. So I have taken first and last element in the list. So for that I am using this print command. Print first element equals to %d, last equals to %d, and then there is a special operator which is visible here, %sign, right? And then within parentheses I have written the elements which I want to display. So I'm giving you a few seconds to observe this line, then I will explain it again. and you can correlate it with your syntax that you use to apply in C language also. So is this print command clear, or you need explanation what we are doing right here? Okay.
Uh, Ma'am, are you there? Participants, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That what is the difference that you have jotted down in the print command? So I told you the answer for that. Here it is a percentage symbol, right? So a percentage symbol is there, and after that, in parentheses, we are mentioning the list of variable values that you want to display. So as my requirement is to display the first element, that is at 0 index, and the fourth element. Fourth element means it is going to the fifth item, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in my list, there are only 5 items. So intentionally, I gave this command to display the 0th item and the 4th item. So I hope this statement is clear to all of you. Okay. So let's move ahead. So after this, let us see how to create a list having string values. So in this example, you can see that I have created a list grocery underscore items equals to sugar, comma, salt, comma, chili powder, and so on. So this grocery item list is created and all the items are mentioned within double quotes, right? So we are having a list of string values within double quotes. As I said, this task can be done using arrays also. So till now, I have not used data of multiple types. So again, it is the data of one type only. So what kind of data you will call it? Is it homogeneous or is it heterogeneous? Kindly respond. अभी जो हमने एक लिस्ट क्रिएट की है इसको होमोजीनियस बोलेंगे कि हेट्रोजीनियस बोलेंगे? Homogeneous. Good. So simply you can print this particular list by using the print command. And again, the same kind of format I'm using in order to display the first and last item in this list. So this percentage sign, one query is coming. This percentage sign is just a part of syntax. And here we are going to specify after this the list of corresponding items. So association will be created between the first place where I have mentioned the format specifier, that is percentage S. इस जगह पे आपका ग्रोसरी आइटम 0 आएगा और जो उससे नेक्स्ट है वहां पे आपका नेक्स्ट आइटम आएगा. तो ये मैपिंग आपकी होती है जितनी जगह आपने फॉर्मेट स्पेसिफायर दिया है डाटा को डिस्प्ले करने के लिए, दैट मेनी नंबर ऑफ items it will seek for. So the output is displayed below this. So the first item in my list is sugar and the last one is surf. So both of these values will be displayed. So let us move further. So create a list of students including roll number and their names. Now I am going to create a list with 2 type of data. You can even have 3 type of data you can add on. So I want to save the roll number of the student along with name. So the first is roll number, then it is name, again roll number, again name. So by using a simple list, I have created a list of 5 students along with their names. And then you can print the list. After that, again, we are trying to display the first and last element in this. So you can, it is not about first and last element, any value that you want to display. If you want to display, let's say the third value. So as per me, the third value is at 0th index, it is 1. At index 1, it is Yash. At index 2, it is 2. And at index 3, it is Priyanka. So if I will change this to 3, it will display before me Priyanka. Otherwise, as per the values given here for the index, stu underscore list 0, comma, stu underscore list 9, it will display the values accordingly. Right? Because my list is starting with the value that is numeric. So against the first element, it is showing me 1. And I am asking for the last element in my list, and my last element is saved at index value over here 9. So there are total 10 items and the index for the last item is 9. So for 9, it will display the last name of the student, that is Rohit. So is it clear to all of you how to create a list with different data type? So it's a heterogeneous list, correct? And we have saved 2 type of data. Roll number is numeric, name is of string type, and both the data you can save together by using the name stu underscore list, which is a list basically for us. और हमें कैसे पता लगेगा ये लिस्ट है? क्योंकि हमने स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स में डाटा को असाइन किया है. So let us move forward. So प्रिंट, ये वाली आप लाइन पे जरा एक बार ध्यान से इसको ऑब्जर्व कीजिए, हमने क्या किया है, लास्ट प्रिंट स्टेटमेंट, and before running this print statement, what I did, I have calculated the length of the list. So for this, again the method that you will use is len method. Len within parentheses the name of the list, and this list number of items will be calculated. So in my case it is 10, so it will show me after the print statement for length as 10. So 10 items are there in the list. You can see it in the output also. यहाँ पे जो 10 आ रहा है ये number of items in the list है. अब हमें क्या चाहिए इसमें, मैं ये नहीं जानती कि कितने items हमारी लिस्ट में है, right? जैसे अभी तो लिस्ट छोटी है, अगर आप इसमें देखना चाहते हो कि जो भी लास्ट आइटम है, चाहे वो इंडेक्स वैल्यू 90 है चाहे 100 है, अकॉर्डिंगली ये हमें डिस्प्ले कर दे लास्ट आइटम को. तो इसके लिए हमने क्या किया, थोड़ा सा इसमें प्रोग्रामिंग यूज किए. हमने पहले लिस्ट की लेंथ कंप्यूट कर ली, और ये हमें पता है कि जब नंबर ऑफ आइटम्स काउंट होते हैं तो वो 1 2 3 4 5 ऐसे आपके होते हैं. दैट्स व्हाई माय काउंट इज कमिंग हियर 10 and index starts from 0. Is this thing clear to all of you? Index always starts with 0 and counting we are starting from 1. So that's why even if the index is going from 0 to 9, number of items are 10. So if I want to display my last item, so I should know the length of the list and -1. Observe this square brackets. Within square brackets, I have mentioned that I want to display the last item. It means I have mentioned here whatsoever is the length of the item, that is 10 -1, because my last value is at length -1 index. So accordingly, it is showing me the data Rohit. So whether you specify explicitly the index value, or you can also calculate it using the length of the list. In addition to this, any particular item in the list can be fetched or retrieved using their index value. So let us move ahead. I hope till this point it is okay to all of you. Kindly respond in the chat window. Okay. So yesterday we have covered a range method, and the syntax of range method is written here at the top in this cell. Syntax for range is start, comma, stop, comma, step size. Fine. So I'm going to make use of this range method in order to create a list items. So there are alternate ways in Python to assign the elements. Think of a situation where there is some relation between the items in a list. My every item in the list is an even number, and I want to start from, let's say, 2, and I want to go up to, let's say, 20. Then I can make use of simply a range method. 2, 21 and step size 2. I am again repeating, specify the range 2, 21, 2. So can you tell me why I'm not going to use 2, 20, 2? Just respond in the chat window. हमने रेंज मेथड कल भी किया है, तो हम इसमें 2, 20, 2 क्यों नहीं यूज करेंगे? Very good. Because in case of range method, the stop will take one value less than the value mentioned there. So let us see how it is going to help me in creating a list. So focus on this particular statement which I have written here. Age underscore student equals to list, and within parentheses I am saying range, within brackets 15, 22, comma. So obviously here I am not mentioning the step size. The last argument is optional. I'm not mentioning anything over here. I have simply written 15, 22. So can you respond here? What kind of output it will generate? Range 15, 22. What output it will generate? 15 to 21. So let us see how many of you are correct. So just see the output. Those who have responded 15 to 21, all are correct. Very good. So we have created a list. So I hope now you can understand why we call Python as a language which is comprehensive and compact, right? So this is the reason why we are able to do compact coding in Python. So otherwise I could do 15, 16, 17 up to 21. But a simple range method can serve my purpose, and I need not to specify explicitly such kind of values, because I know that I can create a list with some step size and a regular gap between the values. So in this manner, range method can be used. So let us move further. The next is display a list using range method starting from 0 till 9. I want to create a list with consecutive numbers 0 to 9. So just observe what I did here. You will have to understand the various formats. In the earlier example, I have mentioned the start, I have mentioned the stop, but no step size was given. And in this, I'm mentioning a range within brackets 10. So I'm not mentioning over here any kind of start, not any kind of step size. So simply it will start from 0. And it will create a range from 0 to 9. It will stop before 10, right? So it will create a list for me in which I'm going to have consecutive numbers. So in this manner also you can utilize range method. After this, we are going to create a range, and after this I want to display all the elements, right? So for this I'm going to make use of for loop. So the output is displayed here at the end. Just look at this for I in numbers. For I in numbers, and then one by one I want to display the numbers. Print I, and then separated by comma, then comma, and equals to simply quotes. So kindly respond in the chat window why I have done so. I have created a simply range. It is neither a list, nothing. So numbers equals to range 10, right? So it is a reference to 10 consecutive numbers. And then by using the for loop, we are simply displaying that by using comma. So in this manner, you can make use of range for creating your data. Comma is a separator. I is reference to the first value in the range, and equals to single quotes. Even if you will specify any space in between, it will be ignored. So it is equivalent whether you give space in between or not. So it is simply meant for skipping the new line or the carriage return to the next line. So all the values will be displayed in the same line. So you can just observe the output of these statements. Take a minute to just understand for all the statements written above what kind of output will come. So for consecutive, it will create just a list of 9 numbers, 0 to 9. And for by using loop, it will display your data like this. And as we have used comma, so that's why after 9, again, it will end up with comma. And above, all displays are for creating a list from 15 to 21 using the range method. So I hope this part is clear to all of you. Okay, let us move further. So I hope now you can see on the screen that I have created a family list. So in family list, what I have mentioned, name along with the age of a person. So there are total 4 persons and we have mentioned the age of all the 4 persons. So in this, I can access all the elements which are of my interest using the slicing. So here slicing also is just like your range. As in range, we used to mention start, stop. So here also you can mention start and stop, right? So like here I have used 1:3. So it will start displaying the list items from 1 and it will only go up to 2. It will not include 3. So can you tell me out of this list what will be the output if I say FAM1 within square brackets 1:3? Yeah, I'm waiting for your response. Good. Very good. So all of you can see whether you have responded correctly or not. So here is the output of this. So it will display me a list containing only 2 items. So in this manner, I have created a slice. So at the index 1, it has found 11 and at the index 2, it has found Srishti and 3 will be not included. So in this manner, you can create a slice. So in case of slicing, you can practice in different ways because we have already covered in detail earlier also. So you can skip the starting, you can skip the stopping point also. If I simply give, okay, let me type here, if I want to access, so just tell me in chat window, what will be the output here? If I simply say FM1 and within square brackets only colon, so which items it will include? Very good. So neither I am mentioning the starting nor I am mentioning the stopping point. So it means by default, it will start from 0th index. It will go up to the end of the list. So in such manner, you can try the different variations at your own place and you can understand that how this slicing is to be done in case of list. So thanks for your responses. So let us come to some more examples. Just observe, this is a list with some variation. Items are all same as above, but I have created in between again square brackets because in the earlier list, I was unable to identify that 11 is associated with Aditya, 13 is associated with Srishti. So just as per my own understanding, I was just telling that it's the age of Aditya, 13 is the age of Srishti and so on. But if you explicitly want to limit this data, then you can make use of list within list. Listen carefully. I'm going to make use of list within list. So for this purpose, I am enclosing Aditya and its age and his age in 1 square brackets, Srishti and her age in 1 square brackets, Rishu and his age in next square brackets, Upma and her age in again square brackets. So these are the outer square brackets. So within my list, I have created small lists, or you can call them sub list. And each individual sub list is referred now as one list item. Are you getting my point? So just tell me what will be the output of statement FAM2, and if I want to display this FAM2 within square brackets 2 FAM2 within square brackets 2. What will be the output of this? Rishu, 21. Good. So my first sublist is index 0. Then second sublist is at index 1. And then third sublist is at index, next index, and so on. So fine, I hope all of you got in a right way. So in this manner, you can retrieve your sublist. Fine. So the same I did here. So next, let us say, just tell me what will be the output of FAM2 0, 0 and 1. Let me type here FAM2 just tell me the output of this. So very good. All of you got the point. What I wanted to know from you, that when we are talking about one individual sublist, and within that if you want to reach, then you will have to mention the index value of that item within the second square. Are you getting me? The first square bracket means I am talking about the item number in the list, and within that particular sublist which item you want to access. So all the responses are correct. So let us move further. Updations in a list. So till now, I hope you have understood that as and when you want to access the data, you will have to mention its index value. So when it comes to updation in a list, again, I need to mention which data I want to modify in a list. So I'm writing here FAM1 within square brackets 5 equals to 20, right? So accordingly, it will update the data. So you can observe the output here. The value at fifth index is, I'm using the first list, which was simple one, not the list within list. I'm using FM1. So in that list, my items were segregated. There was no sublist. So as per that, 0 means Aditya, 1 means 11, 2 Srishti, and 3 means 13, and 4 means Rishu. And I want to modify this age of Rishu, that is at fifth index. So I mentioned FAM5 equals to 20. So list allows you to modify the elements. And after doing this change, if you want to display the complete list, it will show you the list with updated data, which was earlier not 20. It was, I think it was 21 earlier. So now it has made it 20. So is this point clear to all of you? How to modify the list items? And similarly, if you want to modify range of items, आपको अगर 2-3 आइटम मॉडिफाई करने हैं तो आप उसको रेंज के थ्रू भी कर सकते हो. जैसे हमने यहाँ पे नेक्स्ट किया है, मार्क्स ऑफ स्टूडेंट आपके लिस्ट में कहीं गलत हो गए. So once you have entered the marks of students in a list, then you can modify them by mentioning their range. I want to mention the first and second value. So I will mention the range 1 column 3. तो जो भी आइटम आपकी लिस्ट में फर्स्ट इंडेक्स पे है और दूसरे इंडेक्स पे है वो आपका मॉडिफाई हो जाएगा, और जितने आपकी रेंज में आइटम्स है उतनी ही वैल्यूज आपको राइट हैंड साइड पे इक्वल टू के बाद मेंशन करनी होंगी. सो आई एम मेंशनिंग हियर 64,72. इट मींस 2 of the values in the marks list will be updated, and you can see here the output. The input was 50, 60, 70, 75 and 80. But now it has modified it to 50, 64 and 72. These two values are changed. 75 and then 80. I hope this thing is clear to all of you. I'm just asking about the updation part. Is it clear how to do updations in a list? move on to deletions in a list. So DEL space, or you can express this in parentheses also. DEL is a method to delete the item in the list, space, or you mention parentheses here, marks 3. So I want to delete the item at the third index, and then I was very simple. So either you mention here within parentheses or without that, leave a space after DEL command, and then it will just delete the list item. So you can see here, earlier my list was having one more item, 75. That was at index 3. Now it is deleted and you can get the fresh list. So my only concern over here is to make you aware that when you will execute your code again and again, and when your compiler will encounter this delete command again and again, so it will keep on removing your item and you may end up with exception. Are you listening to me carefully? अगर मैं ये कमांड रिपीटेडली रन करूंगी तो इसको हो सकता है ये जो इंडेक्स वैल्यू आप बता रहे हो स्टैटिक यहाँ पे 3, इट विल गो आउट ऑफ रेंज. अगर टोटल लिस्ट में 5 आइटम है, आपने थर्ड आइटम डिलीट किया तो 4 रह गए, फिर से आपने डिलीट कर दिया, फिर एक और कम हो गया, एंड सो ऑन. सो इट मे नॉट फाइंड दिस पर्टिकुलर इंडेक्स वैल्यू. सो यू विल हैव टू टेक केयर. अगर एक्सेप्शन रेंज आपकी रेज होती है, मैं आपको बताऊंगी नेक्स्ट अपकमिंग सेशन में, तो अगर एक्सेप्शन भी आ सकती है तो इस तरह का कोड आपको बहुत केयरफुली रन करना है. And don't get confused if it gives you an error message. So in addition to doing programming in Python, you should also learn how to debug the things. कोड को हमेशा खुद टाइप करो. अगर आपको कोडिंग मिल भी जाती है, उसको एज इट इज कॉपी पेस्ट करके रन मत करो. So I believe as a teacher, as much you will write on your own, as many errors you will get, that many chances and opportunities will be there before you to learn the programming. अगर आप किसी के बनाए कोड को एज इट इज रन करोगे और उसमें कोई एरर तो आएगा नहीं क्योंकि वो ऑलरेडी एग्जीक्यूटेड है, तो आप इसमें लर्निंग नहीं कर पाओगे. तो बेटर क्या है, आप अपने माइंड से कॉन्सेप्ट को समझ के उसको खुद आप लिखो. उसमें एरर आएगा, एरर को अच्छे से ऑब्जर्व करो एंड ट्राई टू लर्न कि हम कहाँ पे गलत हैं. So that's why the points which are of concern for us, I am repeating again and again. So you should be very careful about this kind of code. And while executing, you should take care that it should be appropriate and exception handling should be there. So next time moving. So I wish, अब यहाँ पर ये इसके अंदर जो भी आइटम मैं डिलीट करना चाहती हूँ उससे पहले हम यूजर से पूछना चाहते हैं. सो आई हैव कवर्ड इनपुट मेथड. सो आई एम गोइंग टू आस्क फॉर एंटर द एलिमेंट टू बी रिमूव्ड, और इसको हम टू बी रिमूव्ड एक वेरिएबल में इसको डाल रहे हैं, और इसमें मैंने इंट यहाँ पे टाइप कास्ट किया है बिकॉज बाय डिफॉल्ट माय इनपुट मेथड विल रीड द वैल्यू इन स्ट्रिंग and I want to process it, so I will convert it into int. And after that, what I am doing, I am checking it here in condition. If to be removed in marks, see this code carefully. If to be removed variable value in marks, so I am checking the membership कि जो item मैं remove करना चाहती हूँ क्या वो list में present भी है. अगर वो item list में present है तभी remove command run हो. सीधा डिलीट नहीं रन कर देना है. आइटम आपका लिस्ट में है नहीं और आप उसको ट्राई कर रहे हो कि वो डिलीट हो जाए. तो हमने यहाँ पे क्या किया, इफ टू बी रिमूव्ड इन मार्क्स कॉलन, प्रिंट कर दिया हमने मैसेज यूजर के लिए, एलिमेंट इज प्रेजेंट इन द लिस्ट एंड कैन बी रिमूव्ड. देन मार्क्स इज द नेम ऑफ द लिस्ट, डॉट रिमूव, दिस इज द अल्टरनेट मेथड टू रिमूव द आइटम. मार्क्स डॉट रिमूव एंड आई एम पासिंग द पर्टिकुलर आइटम. ये इंडेक्स वैल्यू नहीं है यहाँ पे, ये पर्टिकुलर आइटम है. जैसे मेरे को 50 रिमूव करना है तो या तो मैं 50 लिख दूं या मैं चेक करूं कि 50 प्रेजेंट है कि नहीं. राइट तो हमने यहाँ पे पहले यूजर से पूछा कौन सा आइटम डिलीट करना है, फिर हमने चेक कर लिया कि क्या 50 लिस्ट में है, और उसके बाद हमने उसको पास कर दिया रिमूव मेथड को. तो चाहे आप डिलीट से करोगे तो डिलीट में मैं इंडेक्स पास कर रही हूँ, और यहाँ पे मैं आइटम पास कर रही हूँ, आइटम की वैल्यू, and then I'm printing my list. So hopefully the item which I have read here, I think 64, and you can see the output. 64 delete हो गया आपका, लिस्ट क्या बच गई 50, 72 and 80. अब मान लीजिए ये आइटम है ही नहीं, ये कोड मैं दोबारा से अगर रन करूं और दोबारा से 64 रीड करूं तो 64 हमने मान लो डिलीट कर दिया, तो अब ये क्या मैसेज प्रिंट करेगा, एलिमेंट टू बी रिमूव्ड इज नॉट फाउंड इन द लिस्ट. So is this point clear to all of you? Deletion concept. Lists are supposed to be ordered, named collection kind of sequence. So by this I mean to say ordered means it takes care of its item with the help of index values. मैं एक वैल्यू जैसे 4 है उसको चाहे 10 बारी भी लिस्ट में ले सकती हूँ, कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है इसमें कि उसमें यूनिक आइटम रखने हैं. लिस्ट के अंदर आइटम तो आपके रिपीट हो सकते हैं, लेकिन वो डिलीट किसको करेगा, जो आप इंडेक्स दोगे उसी को आपको डिलीट करेगा. सो दिस इज अ क्वेरी फॉर यू, यू चेक इट आउट कि इसमें आंसर क्या होना चाहिए. कंफर्म कीजिए इफ यू आर ऑनलाइन एंड यूजिंग राइट नाउ जुपिटर नोटबुक. आई एम गिविंग यू 1 minute टाइम. एक लिस्ट क्रिएट कीजिए सिंपल, उसमें आप 5 आइटम डालिए जिसमें कुछ आइटम रिपीटेड है. आर यू लिसनिंग टू मी? अ सिंपल असाइनमेंट, create a list if you are using right now Jupyter notebook. उसमें 4-5 आइटम डालिए बेटा और उसमें रिपीट करिए कुछ आइटम्स को. आप देखिए क्या रिमूव आपने किया, मान लीजिए उसमें रिपीटेड आइटम, सारे इंस्टेंसेस आपके डिलीट होंगे या पहला इंस्टेंस डिलीट होगा. दिस इज क्वेरी फॉर यू पीपल, जस्ट टेल मी द आंसर. Okay, so I hope this concept is clear to you people. So the best thing to learn here is as and when some query or question comes in your mind, so if you know the syntax, just do it, right? Just run the command, create your own observations. आप उसको क्रैम नहीं कि हमने हर तरीके की चीज को क्रैम कर लिया, उसकी आपको जरूरत भी नहीं है कि आप क्रैम करो. इफ एंड बट्स में पढ़ो, जब भी आपको कोई चीज लगता है कि ऐसा होगा कि नहीं होगा, सो द बेस्ट थिंग इज टू just go for running that command, execute it and then build up your knowledge. So let us move ahead because we are left with the addition part. So as you can see on my screen, when it comes to list, I have different methods to append or to modify my list in terms of addition of items. I can make use of this method list name dot append, and within brackets I can mention the element. So what it is going to do, it will add a single item to the end of the list. Listen carefully so that you can understand the difference. When I'm doing append, it will add a single item which I am mentioning here in bracket to the end of the list. List dot insert index comma item. This is my second alternate way. If I want to add some item in between, so I need to mention the item along with the index. तो पहले आप बताएंगे कौन से इंडेक्स पे आपने इंसर्ट करना है, फिर आप कॉमा लगा के उसमें एलिमेंट बता देंगे कि ये आइटम हमने ऐड करना है. तीसरा मेथड है list dot extend and within parenthesis list 2. It means there is one list with the name list and in that I want to add on the elements from list 2. So it will just extend the list. it will add the elements in list 2 to the end of the list with the name list. So the method append modifies the list and returns none. On the other hand, list addition using plus returns a new list. So this is one point that you can take care. So let us move further to some examples where I'm going to make use of all these methods. So सबसे पहले हम इसमें कर रहे हैं simply concatenation. आप देखिए आप दो लिस्ट को कॉन्कैट कर सकते हो. एक सिंपल लिस्ट ली मैंने S1, कुछ आइटम्स उसमें मेंशन कर दिए. एक दूसरी लिस्ट ली S2, उसमें भी हमने कुछ आइटम्स मेंशन कर दिए. Then print output after concatenation of, sorry, it's not concatenation of strings, but it is concatenation of lists. So let me modify it. Yes. Can you tell me in chat box what kind of output will come? We are having two lists on screen, S1 and S2. Just tell me what will be the output of S1 plus S2. Ten, 20, 30, 40, 11, 12, 13, 14. So very good. So you have understood that when we go for concatenation, all the elements in S2 will be added after in continuation with the items in the first list. So now let us see how we will go for insertion of item. As I said, the first thing is index. So I want to add an item 25 at index value 2 in my list S1. Fine. So simple syntax, S1 dot append 45. 45 needs to be at the end of the S1 list. Then my next is S1 dot append S2. Yes. Just run this command and check what will be the output. S1 is your one list. I'm saying S1 dot append and then S2. So append is not only to be used for adding an item at the end. It can be a complete list also. So tell me what will be the output if I append S2 in S1. So good. So you can view the output that I have just shown here. Just see the output of all the commands that we did for the concatenation. Simply it will generate a list with all the elements. When I have inserted an element at a particular index, 25 was inserted at index 2. Then next print command is showing me at the end I have added 45 using append command. Then again one more updation I have done with respect to list. So just try to observe this append command when I tried to put the list in addition to S. Just see the output, the second last output in the output box, S1 dot append within parenthesis S2. जब आप इस तरीके से करोगे तो जो आपकी S2 लिस्ट है वो स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स में आएगी. Just respond in chat box. Is this output clear to all of you? जो आप इसमें S1 dot append within parenthesis S2 करोगे, उसके अंदर वो सेकेंड लिस्ट के आइटम्स को इंडिविजुअली ऐड ना करके क्या करेगा उसमें एज अनदर लिस्ट आइटम विच इज आइटरेबल वन, उसको वो ऐड करेगा स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स में. तो जैसे जैसे आप पाइथन लर्न करोगे आपको ये जो माइनर डिफरेंसेस है मैन्युअली जब आप उसको ऑब्जर्व करोगे तो आपको समझ आएगा वो किस तरीके से उसको अपडेशन को अप्लाई कर रहे हैं. तो एज इट इज जो आपका कंप्लीट है वो एज अ वन एलिमेंट आपका उसमें ऐड हो जाएगा. इज इट क्लियर टू ऑल? सिमिलरली लास्ट जो हमने इसमें स्टेटमेंट यूज की है, एक्सटेंड यूज की है. जस्ट ऑब्जर्व द डिफरेंस. S1 डॉट एक्सटेंड S2. Just observe the last output of extend command. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये आपका एग्जाम में भी ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं. यू कैन नोट डाउन दिस. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एक्सटेंड एंड अपेंड? दिस इज एक्सरसाइज फॉर यू. जिनको नहीं भी समझ आया है तो वो जब आपको टाइम मिलेगा बीच में आप उसको दोबारा से समझिए कि एक्सटेंड और अपेंड में क्या डिफरेंस होते हैं. ठीक है, एक हमारी लिस्ट 1 है, एक लिस्ट 2 है. उसको अपेंड भी करके देखना है आपने और उसको एक्सटेंड भी करके देखना है. तो दोनों के आउटपुट को ऑब्जर्व करना है कि उसमें क्या डिफरेंस है. So I hope up to this point I am clear to all of you. Okay, next is a repetition of list. So this point I will take up last, and after this we will continue in the afternoon session. So I hope this will be okay for all of you. As we have reached 11:30, so I am going to end up with this last example. Then we will continue with the remaining portion in the next session. So repetition of list. So do you remember what we did with strings? If you want to repeat your name 5 times, so what we did? So we mentioned the string name and then multiply sign, and then you can put as many times you want to display your name. Fine. So S3 equals to within square brackets 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my list. And I want to display it twice. So you can observe the output 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if there is a recurrence in your list items and you found that all the items are getting repeated, or you want to create such kind of list, so that rather than explicitly writing all the items, you can simply go for this. You can simply replicate the things by this simple multiplication sign. So all the items will be repeated. So next I have used membership function in order to know whether a particular number is in the list or not. Print NUM in S3. आप अगर चाहें तो membership को check कर सकते हो. जैसे हमने यहाँ पे लिखा है print NUM in S3. यहाँ को लूप में नहीं यूज कर रहे. आप लूप में जब in ऑपरेटर यूज करते हो, that is also membership kind of thing. इसको इंडिविजुअली भी आप चेक कर सकते हो कि क्या ये जो नंबर की वैल्यू है वो S3 लिस्ट में है. तो सिंपली योर रिस्पॉन्स विल कम इन टर्म्स ऑफ बुलियन वैल्यू, ट्रू और फॉल्स. जैसे आप डाटा टाइप चेक करते हो यूजिंग द टाइप मेथड, in the similar manner if I'm using in and not in, these are the membership or containership operators. तो आप यहाँ पे in यूज कर रहे हो तो ये चेक कर रहा है कि इस पर्टिकुलर डाटा कलेक्शन में क्या ये वैल्यू एग्जिस्ट करती है. इफ yes then it will show you true. उसके बाद हमने NUM1 एक और वेरिएबल लिया, उसमें वैल्यू 6 डाली है. प्रिंट NUM1 not in S3. ध्यान से देखिए, हमने यहाँ लिखा not in S3. इन नहीं, हमने पूछा नॉट इन. क्या ये नंबर 6 लिस्ट S3 में नहीं है? एंड इट इज नॉट देयर बिकॉज माई लिस्ट कंटेन्स 1, 2, 3, 4. देयर इज नो आइटम एज सच विद वैल्यू 6. सो इट विल अगेन रेस्पॉन्ड यू विद ट्रू बुलियन वैल्यू. सो जस्ट रेस्पॉन्ड. इज इट ओके टू ऑल ऑफ यू टिल द पॉइंट्स दैट वी हैव कवर्ड? So is Amandeep madam there?
No, ma'am.
Amandeep ma'am?
No, ma'am. I am here, Puneet.
Okay, Puneet, you are there.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
Puneet, can we take a break now and we will continue with the rest in the next session?
Yes, sure, ma'am. It's already 11:30. So participants can give their queries right now or in the next session, ma'am.
Already I have responded to all queries, ma'am, in
Okay.
between.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so still if some query or confusion is left, they can tell me when we will start the session.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So all the participants can give their queries at the start of the next session. Ma'am will be available there to answer the queries. So we can leave for this session now, and the next session will be at 12:30, ma'am.
For me, it's okay. If you want to start a bit later, that is your choice. If they want time to practice.
Yes, participants,
आप करें-
is it okay at 12:30 or you want to start it at 1? Ma'am, I think at 1. Okay, let me clear from Mukesh sir, and then Mukesh sir, are you there? No. Okay, fine. So, ma'am, for till now, we will start at 12:30 only. But if there is any change in
Okay,
the
ma'am.
time, I will let you know in another 5 minutes. Ma'am, I'll talk to Mukesh sir and then I'll let you know.
Okay, ma'am. You can just convey me on the phone right now.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I'm leaving the session right now.
Yes, ma'am. Sure. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, so participants, you are requested to join again at 12:30. So if there is any change in the time, you will be communicated in the group. And please give your attendance in the form shared right now. So you have another 5 minutes to fill the attendance in the form shared by Ritika. So after that, I will leave the meeting. I will end the meeting after 5 minutes. So all the participants are required to fill the attendance in the form shared by Ritika.